Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're gonna play a little Rampant. So this is the card. This is kind of the deck that I saw. I think MTG Goldfish played way back in pre-release that I got a little bit excited about. It is a big Timmy deck, and it's all centered around World Hulk, a 5-mana enchantment that says your next red or green creature basically can be cast for 0 mana. So, well, what's red and green? Let's not think about just the regular red and green cards, but actually Progenitus, a 10 mana 10/10. It's technically all colors, but guess what? Red and green are included in all colors. So this is actually just a free Progenitus on turn 5. If we don't even ramp, if we ramp, it could be a Progenitus on 4. I don't know if we can ramp fast enough on 3, but definitely we can ramp it to 4. And turn 4 Progenitus is insane. That's a 10/10 with 2 swings, you win the game. He has protection from everything, so your opponent can't even touch it, right? So that is very strong. We also have another sort of red-green card in Ureni, the Song of Unending. This is technically a bug. What's bug? Temur dragon. It costs 8, flying 10/10. Protection from white, protection from black, and when it enters, deals X damage to any creature or planeswalker based on the number of lands you control. Doesn't really matter. 8 mana 10/10, protection from basically removals, and we just attack and win. So those are our good cards to win the game, but that's not the only cards, right? We got Raph and Mikey, Troublemaker from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Yes, exactly. A 7 mana 7/7, trample haste. Whenever they attack, reveal the top card of your library, and if it's a until you reveal a creature card and put it into the battlefield, tap and attacking. So imagine if you were Hulk for Raph and Mikey, attack with them, and you get Progenitus out. That's all of a sudden we're attacking for 17 on turn 4. That is doable in this deck, which is very crazy. You can even Warlord Hulk into Ghalta, sneak in a Raph and Mikey and a Terror of the Peaks, and then attack with and then when you attack, you're summoning Progenitus. That would just be lethal. That would be more than 20 damage. That's like 20, almost 30 something, because Progenitus does 10 damage from the ETB trigger on the Terror of the Peaks. Yeah, I don't want to do all the math in my head, but that's something you can do with this deck, which is insane. And that's the whole idea of how this deck can go about. Now, it's ramp into big Timmy creatures, and that's what I really liked back in high school when I played Magic. I love. I think I had a Jund Dragon deck back when Bloomvine the Risen was from Scourge was in the meta. I don't think it was in the meta, but it was in the running, and I love reanimating big dragons, and that was one way that I like to play, and this is a very Timmy idea that kind of callbacks to it. We're not reanimating, but we are cheating in big dragons and big Hydra avatars. So let's talk about a deck list. Obviously, we're a ramp deck. We're going to have 4 Llanowar Elves and 4 Badgermole Cubs. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. But that's not our only ramp. I also put in 4 Studious first year. So that's another ramp card, right? Technically, it is a 1-drop that gets us a Rampant growth. You could put a Rampant growth in your deck, but I think a Studious first year might be more important with the aggressive metas that we're facing. It's potentially a chump blocker, and chump blockers are important, right? So I know we also have 2 Esper Origin. We can get the summon Esper Maduin out to get 2 mana on our second turn, which is relevant. And Esper Origin is a great discard fodder to our 3 mana play, the Formidable Speaker. Discard a card, search for a library for a creature, and put it in our hand. So we can search for Ghalta when we have a lot of creature in our hand. We can search for Progenitus when we want that big win. We can search for Raph and Mikey if we want to just go for an attack. Oh, that is possible. We also have another ramp in Summon Fenrir. So Summon Fenrir is 3 mana to search for a land and put it into play. And the next turn, whenever we play a creature, it gets +1/+1. All that nonsense don't matter. It's just 3 mana ramp. Another 3 mana ramp we have, it's hiding in the back here, Bloomvine Regent. So the Omen side of Bloomvine Regent is also 3 mana, basically cultivate, right? Search your library for 2 forests, 2 basic forests, put 1 into play, 1 into your hand. So it's worse cultivate because it's only for forest, only for basic forest. But in this deck, we don't care, right? We're mostly green anyway, so that's how we can get all of that out. And this is our ramp. This is our ramp package, right? 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana. All of that is ramp package. And then the one we want to play on turn 4 is Warworld Hulk. Since everything here is lands, or not lands, but ramp, chances are by turn 4 we would have 5 mana somehow, right? Badgermole gets extra mana. Llanowar Elves gets extra mana. The Rampant growth on the Studious first year gives us extra mana. Bloomvine Regent gives us extra mana. Every single one of these, other than the Formidable Speaker, gets us an extra mana. Formidable Speaker gets us the creature that we might want to cheat out with Warworld Hulk. So, when we play Warworld Hulk, we'll definitely have on stuff. So that's what a lot of decks, I think, are missing. A lot of ramp decks are missing that this deck can do. We ramp, and then we can have Warworld Hulk to get whatever we need, or cheat whatever we need to play. So what do we have? We have Tyrant, which is probably the weaker of the thing that we can cheat in. That's not what we would try to cheat in by Warworld Hulk. It is just an incidental when we Ghalta. Ghalta is our main thing that we want to cheat in, which just brings in every creature from our hand. Warborn Tyrant is okay. It's not great, it's okay, because when we're running out of cards, this could refill our hand, which is pretty important. We have 2 Raph and Mikey. They're legendary, so, you know, we don't want too many, but we have 2, because Raph and Mikey is 2 people. That's not how Magic works, by the way. If you have 2 of them, one of them does still die, but we have 2 of them so that we can more consistently hit this card, which will then help us cheat in Ureni and Progenitus. And that's the whole idea of the deck, right? These are the cards that we are never hardcast. We're going to cheat out, hopefully, with our Warworld Hulk, and that's the whole game plan. Now let's talk about the lands in this deck. We have 24 lands total, mostly green, so we have 7 forests and 2 Bossing Sage. Bossing Sages are pretty good at pressuring control decks, so we still put it in there. 3 mountains, and then we have our 4 Stomping Ground and 4 Thronespine Verge, which we can use to cast our, Gruul spells, and then 4 Cavern of Souls. This is where it gets a little bit tricky because you technically don't need Cavern, but I think Cavern is pretty good at stopping our early game ramp from being destroyed. So you can play Cavern on Badgermole, you can play Cavern on Dragons, you can play Cavern on Elf. Right? It doesn't matter what you put Cavern on. It's just so that it don't get countered as easily. And then when you draw out to the late game, because we ramp into so many basics, you can put Cavern on. When you draw Cavern about turn 3 to 4, you don't need to name Elves anymore. You can put this on Dragons to play Terror to Peaks, so you can sneak out those lethal. You can put Cavern on Dinosaur, so they can slam a Ghalta, and that Ghalta will just bring every other creature. You can put Cavern on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, any one of those cards will work. And now you can attack for 7/7 because Mike and Ralphie are haste. So Cavern could be named on anything and it could be useful. That's the whole idea of the deck. And that's really all I got. Let's go into the games to see how well we will ramp. Alright, our opponent is Zyrian the Hungarian. We go first. And we shall be Studious. I don't even know why I have a Cavern. I don't remember why I have Caverns. Obviously, I have a bunch of different creature types in the deck. Our opponent is roping us on turn 1. As it should be, because it's scary. Alright, what do we ramp into here? We're gonna Formidable Speaker and try to get a creature, right? We gotta think about what kind of creature we need. Rampant Growth is gonna give us 2 mana unless it dies. And I'm not saying he won't. But he didn't. Alright, let's see. We do want Ghalta. But I don't think we fetch for Ghalta. What do we fetch for? Mikey's nice too, but I don't know if I have the time for Mikey. Maybe we ramp into or get a Bloomvine region and just get more mana out of this. Seems relevant, right? Take 1. I don't think Cavern will be necessary against this deck. Looks like Rakdos, which is kind of rare. Ah! It's gonna land destruction us. Hilarious. Do we Formidable Speaker here? Get a 5 mana creature out? Yeah, right? And I can't activate the Bossing Say, so let's get a 5-mana creature out. We got plenty of basics. I would like a Bloomvine Regent, but maybe summon Fenrir is better. He's gonna try to board wipe me though. So maybe summon Fenrir isn't better. Yeah, this is tough. I don't think summon Fenrir is better. Let's get a Bloomvine Regent now. Don't actually have a ramp here. He's gonna kill more of my lands. I mean, yeah, eventually we'll run out of basics. That much is true. But before we run out of basics, maybe we just start hitting him. I could just throw out the Bloomvine Regent, right? He's got 4 mana. It's not easy for him to kill. We also got a Bossing Say. I don't know why I put out the Bossing Say. I should have put out the Cavern first. But if he comes after the Bossing Say, he's not coming after the Bloomvine Regent. It is 4/5, so it's technically a clock. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty close to getting to 7. Oh, the land destruction. Yeah, it's a reasonable plan, I would say. Not reasonable enough. Okay, he shocks himself to Molten Collapse. What does this do? Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent. The mana value 1 or less, or destroy target creature. Did we just toss the Ghalta here? No, I think we tossed the Progenitus. I don't think, I mean, yeah, I tossed the Progenitus, right? I don't think there's a way I can play it, so... Dinosaur? Dragons. Get ourselves... I would like to get a Voltborn Tyrant, to be honest. But... what are the odds I will be able to land a Voltborn Tyrant? I can also get a Fenrir. Fenrir just gets swept into board wipe. Then I don't really get much. I'm gonna get a Voltborn Tyrant here. Yeah, maybe he's looking to swipe me. I guess I could have also tried to get Ghalta out by fetching for 2 lands. This is greedy, but they didn't get punished. Being thankful. Gonna come after my lands. Did not kill my creature. Why didn't you kill my creature there? I guess he can double board wipe, but I still get the Voltborn Tyrant back out. I guess a Ghalta probably survives 2, 6. Oh, he's attacking. Is he gonna board wipe twice? I don't know if a Fing Fang Foom survives double board wiping. Survives the first one for sure. I have plenty of lands, right? Oh, he's got this deadly cover-up. Does that work? It still dies, right? Exile a card from my graveyard, but it still died. I think I still get it. I don't know, we'll find out. I should still get the creature. He didn't even exile my whole board. So, yeah. He needs to kill this, which will probably ramp me. Oh, he's just gonna Molten Collapse it? Sure. Ghost Vacuum. Yeah. Seems about right. I don't think I Ghalta here. I could attack him for 2. Could attack him for 4. Is that worth it? If I attack him for 4, I probably am not gonna... Well, he's got 1 card left, right? No, actually, it doesn't work. I need 4 mana to attack with 1. I can't use both. So, since that's the case, we're just gonna do this. And put a 4/4 on the board. I can also put Ghalta on the board, but Ghalta is killable. Exile it, then put it onto the battlefield, transform. What does the backside do? We go to top card. Yeah. He can't exile my Esper Origin in response. And there's Raph and Mikey. Guess who's coming at you next turn? You can see Ghalta, you can see Raph and Mikey. He knows I have 8 lands, so maybe he's coming after my lands, trying to get me down to less than 8. But little does he know, I don't need 8. He's gonna get a Bloomvine Regent to gain 3 life. That's funny. Alright, but we do know I have deadly cover-ups, so we're not out of the woods just... Oh, he's just gonna sack it right now? I don't know about this. You just gained 3 life and you know I have a 7/7 trample. Okay, GG works too. Good game. Alright, our opponent is Gemcox1113. Alright, we go first. Alright, we got Llanowar Elves and Badgermole Cubs. While going first. That's... Them's the bricks. They also have Llanowar Elves. Oh, sort of. Unfortunately, we can't use it. But that's fine. We'll get a Studious first year out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yo. Good game. Oh, turn 2 Badgermole Cubs. That's cute. That looks really scary. You have more to play? Maybe another Badgermole Cubs? Talent. Very talented. Very talented indeed. Alright, here's... What would happen if the world was at war? Here's what would happen. Ghalta into Mikey. So Mikey, I mean everybody attack, it's fine. Aw. It was only a Llanowar Elf. Wasn't good enough. So they get a turn. They get overboard. Yeah, sure. That's pretty good, right? It's a pretty big creature. Oh look, it's gonna +2/+2 to the board. Your Space Noodle is no match for a stampeding Tyrant. Good game. Alright, our opponent is Bottomatic. It's Bottomatic. We go first. Elves? Hopefully in the region. And I just wins the game. If there's not elf in the region, we're gonna be in somewhat of a trouble. But it is elf in the region. So we will have 5 mana to perhaps play Terror of the Peaks. May. Oh, never mind. Never mind. We will have 5 mana to play this. Oh, I played a non-creature spell. Oh no. Here are all of our creatures. Check it out, Pro Black. Your face. This. Sorry, May. You weren't good enough in the next spectral, so you're not good enough here. Sad. GG. Alright, our opponent is Shiro. Shiro is not an Avenger. Also, you're Ultron. Dude, everything is wrong. You go first, okay. I would take that go first and play a Studious First Year. It's gonna Gene Pollinator us. Okay, okay. Does our Studious First Year ramp? They're Castle Doom. I mean, I'm playing a land for sure. This gives me 3 mana. This gives me 3 mana. Let's ramp. Ravenous Robots. A robotic deck. A robotic deck that I cannot block. Ugh. Do we do this? Just to be able to get out a Llanowar Elf? What do I even discard here? The Progenitus? I mean, it's not too bad, right? I'm not planning to use the Progenitus. And if I Badgermole Cub here, I would have 3 mana. I can still play the Formidable Speaker. Yeah, let's do that. What am I thinking? Let's toss the... Yeah, I guess I have to toss a Progen. Let's get ourselves some good cards. Perhaps a Volborn Tyrant so we can gain life? No, let's get a Ghalta. We're not going to be able to block the Fugitive Droid. So we're going to need a lethal fast. I need to draw 1 more land for Warroll Hulk if they deal with Badgermole Cub. If they don't deal with Badgermole Cub, I have a lot of mana with the Formidable Speaker as well. So I think we'll be okay if they don't deal with the Cub. If they do deal with the Cub, we're going to be in trouble. They're going to go white though. Going white is also bad for us. Okay, not what I wanted to see here. This card is free, which allows us to play Mike and Ralph. Mike and Ralphie boy. This 1/1 just dies to 2/1, so no need to attack with that. 2/4 could hold back as a blocker. I don't see why I would. See what we hit? We hit. Yeah, okay. I like this one better. It's 7. I mean, you could technically chump block to kill it, but it will be his own board. He decides to take all that. And now he's gonna try to deal 19 damage to me. Not impossible, right? Crane, okay. It doesn't have haste. You draw some cards. We have a 12/12 Trampler, so it's not going to be easy to deal with. I'm going to go Emissary after Crane, which will just go away. He has a lot of blockers on board, but hey, our creature's trampled. Chrome Dome! Chrome Dome is scary. All his creatures are buffed. So we got this one turn. Yeah, we got this one turn. This is 15 damage. Plus this. I don't think I can hold back. I don't think I live next turn. So math is for blockers, as they say. That's a Progenitus! you gotta block all the trampling damage now. Because 10 damage is going through no matter what. Alright. This is 10. 15. 16. No, 16. No, 16 right here. 10. What am I saying? This is 10, right? 10 plus 4, 14. 14, 15. This is not going to block all the trample. GG. We're almost fast, but we were faster. And we beat the Avengers. Alright, our opponent is Verehem. The mighty Verehem. Uh-oh. This is an opponent goes first kind of game. That's usually not great. We'll have to fight through, right? Guess we'll try it. Mulligan 1. Mono white life gain. Oh, no one say they're mono white, but they're a white life gain. There the Peak is not hexproof. Ulani is. No, not hexproof, but pro white. Sanctifier. They have pump spells? That would be quite surprising if they do. Oh, they have Leonardo. Okay, this is our turn 2 here, and we're already getting wrecked. That's not great, huh? They're gonna have a pretty scary board. I guess the question is always how scary, right? I'm gonna have to Rampant Growth? Would I? So if I Badgermole, Badgermole might get got, right? If I don't Badgermole, I have to spend 2 mana next turn anyways, so it's just Rampant Growth. And we'll chump when their creature gets big. Actually, the creature's big now. Oh boy. How the hell do I fight that? That's 8. Do we get Ghalta? Or do we get Progenitus? We are not going to be able to kill Leonardo, which is... That is so wild that we can't do it. Oh, am I still alive? Okay, barely. Oh, okay. Okay. So you know what? You're telling me there's a chance. Those are some cards. Let's kill that. That guy's a little wild. Right? He's a little wild. He's wilding. Attack for 2. He's at 55. And we're at 12. Guess what? We're winning. Oh, I love it. Stupid white deck and your lucky draw with your go 1 and ley line of hope. Oh man. Get wrecked, loser. Raccoons! And now our opponent is salty. Okay, good game. Good game. Leave. Alright, our opponent is the guy. He is the guy. The virtuous the guy. He's double D. We're going first again. We're getting the rest, turn 1. What would they take? I don't think they take the Hulk. Probably our Ramp. Take our Esper Origin. That is wild. Why would you take an Esper Origin? I want it in the graveyard and it doesn't do anything for me turn 2. Okay, go first with like hand disruption every turn. Seems fair. Eventually I'll work my way up to Esper Origin. That is a big eventually. Oh, he's only at 2 lands. Mana screwed the game. He does have some kill spell in his hand though. Probably a... what's that called again? Shoot the Sheriff? I need a land though. Ooh, those are cards. I'm not showing him the Ghalta. He can kill my Esper Origin. Esper, it is Esper Origin, right? Yeah, Esper Origin's into the backside. Esper Maduin. Bloodletter of Aklazat. Very scary indeed. You know what's scarier than Bloodletter of Aklazat? Hulk! The world at war. With Hulk! Alright, just these two. Just those two. That's exactly enough for your board. Give me back my summoned Fenrir. Now take 7. Oh, okay. Here comes a Deadly Cover-Up. He does have enough to board wipe and Deadly Cover-Up me. Nowhere to run. That's not going to be good enough. What else you got? Ureni! Protection from black. Protection is Debt. D-E-B-T. Damage, enchant, block, and targeting. Cannot touch the Ureni even if it's going through hexproof triggers. That is a GG. Good game. Even all your hand disruptions no match once we stand the Werewolf Hawk. Alright, our opponent is X-Wook-X. He's a standard bear. Check it out. Opponent goes first. Like, I don't even know if this is... Yeah, I do know this is Arena rigging it against us. But I don't know if it's just directly against our account or something, or is it just our MMR that's the issue? We win too many games, for sure. Okay, they're Fing the Fan Bearer. We're gonna be poisoned. Because they went first. Oh, we can take The first two poison. This is not the proliferate deck. There. We have been poisoned. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not that many, huh? Yeah, it's 4 mana no matter what. But I could Formidable Speaker and get a Llanowar Elf. Is that smart? Fenrir dies to the Preacher. Formidable Speaker also dies to the Preacher. Also don't have to get a Llanowar Elf. This is tough. Draws are pretty bad. And I don't want to Warroll Hulk out just a Tyrant. That's the thing, right? Like, I need my top deck to be good. Wow, he's attacking with Finn. That is courageous. He probably has another one. I assume he has another one. Professor Delian fell on the Badgermole.
Will not be tolerated.
Yeah, we saw that coming. I knew they were going to come after the Badgermole. See, this is something we're going to have to do. 0 mana Volborn Tyrant. It's not the worst. And we dropped the second Warroll Hulk anyway, so... Now we can get Mike and Raffi. Thing? Again? Okay. Serpent Society? Yeah. Who would have thunk it? You did that in reverse.
Impress me.
I would like to draw a card, please. It was another land, but I'll take that other land. This is 9. Don't have a way to get this out, right? If I just attack Professor Delian Fell and he blocks. Let's see if he blocks. Very easily not block. Okay. He blocked. So they're all dead. Now we can Formidable Speaker out the Cavern, or out the Esper Origin. And we get Mike and Raffi? We toss the Esper Origin. Look at the Olani. No, they got ward, right? I guess I want the Mike and Raffi more than anything else. One, two, three. What is this? What does this even do? Double its power? Yeah, nope. Not what I wanted to do here. Another Serpent Society. Annex? Okay, they're gonna take damage. They are gonna death touch our creatures to death. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can just cast this and nothing else. So I do it. Seems pretty good. There are the peaks. Alright, well I clear his board. Oh, he doesn't clear my board. I thought he would. Studious first here. That's pinged off that 1/1. It's not great, I mean it doesn't mean much. He's gonna annex out a 6/6. Dragon Sniper. His Death Touch. I don't think we have time for this ramp. Oh, come on, another land. Okay. This will have to do. It didn't do. It did the opposite of doing. 2 Llanowar Elves? Really? So shoot this. It's just a land. His attacks for 6. Well, yeah. This is tough. This is tough. Our opponent's drawing the right cards. But I don't know if they can attack. I guess now they can. Or they think they can. They're going to. They're not going to block. Formidable Speaker. That's what's up. I would like to do 2 damage to this dragon. No, this dragon sniper. Let's get a Progenitus out. I wonder what they have. Not gonna bother thinking. Here's 10 damage to your face. Here's 5 damage to your face. GG. I didn't want to think too hard. Get rid of that face. Good game. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those Rampant games, how does this deck feel? I was pleasantly surprised about how consistent and strong this deck is at just getting out the Progenitus or Rennie and then just stomping our opponent. I was a little bit hesitant because these payoffs are a little bit lighter than what I normally play with. If you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's only 10 payoffs, which is 1/6 of the deck. Normally I played about maybe not 1/3, but maybe at least 15 to 16 payoffs in like a combo deck like this. But this deck didn't need it. Or well, Hulk just needed to cheat 1, and they kind of chains off themselves. We got Bloomvine, Regent, Esper, Origin, which are nothing to scoff at, right? They're pretty big B-sticks themselves. 4/4s and 4/5s are nothing that our opponent can just ignore. So that will buy us some time. And the Studious first here definitely is a welcome inclusion. I thought about cutting it and putting just a 2-mana ramp spell, but it's not as good as a first here because he is a blocker and then a Rampant grows. It's 2 and 1, right? And turn 1, if we don't draw the Llanowar Elf, we really didn't have much to do anyways. So the Studious first here is an acceptable replacement. God forbid we get the Birds of Paradise in Standard, then, you cut the first year for the Birds of Paradise. But we're not there yet, so this deck is how it is. You can also put in the other, I forgot what it's called, but the green creature that you tap to add, where is it? Gene Pollinator. You can also add this. There is some justification or sort of reasoning for putting a Gene Pollinator because you do have Badgermole Cub, so you could get out more mana on the second turn. But I do like Studious first here because there's so many board wipes out there that having a land ramp is a little bit better than having a creature mana ramp. So, that is my feeling about this deck. And that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.